Marriage Toxin, Episode 8. Garo is at the arcade with May as he explains getting to know girls is like a crane game, and you gotta strike your prey after taking a bunch of other things into account, and Garo is terrible at crane games. Garo then switches to a whack-a-mole game and it's whacking all the moles. And May is like, holy shit, that was cool. But that's not going to win girls. And we can see a pink hair girl waiting in the wings. May and Garo go to Pudikuda. And Garo just has the same pose for every photo. And May is like, Garo, have you heard about the Hitman Hunter? And Garo is like, yeah, Dan the Dismemberer and Kushima the Spearmaster got taken down. He continues and says masters are the best assassins, and he doubts many people could take Spearmaster in a fight. And May is like, well, be careful, as pink hair girl is waiting outside the Pudikuda machine. Garo's like, is this shit supposed to be fun? And May is like, fuck you. But it's a memory we made and a reminder that we had fun together. May is like, you'd be happy if a girl talked about mixie kits with you, right? And he's like, well, yeah, of course. And May says, if you can get caught up in something your date enjoys, that's the best. Garo's like, okay, makes sense. But he's on alert as pink hair girl is standing there and she's like, we gotta talk. But first, let's Pudikuda. So Pudikuda is the Japanese photo booth shit that you take pictures and then you get to write cutesy things on it and have little mascots and all that stuff. And it's all the rage over in Japan. We try to do it over here, but I don't think it hits as hard.
It does not catch on. It's really unfortunate because like I feel like there's an element of like when you're in the booth, you can like let go and be yourself and like ooh, societal norms. But I feel like in America, there's so much pressure to be cool all the time. So I have gone and done this and it is fun, but there's always that thought in the back of people's heads that we should just be cool and stand and make cool poses. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You can just let loose a little bit.
I think in America, it's more about it being like a Japanese thing, more so than being like a picture booth and hanging out.
Right.
So like if
agree.
you go do it, yeah, I guess to your point, like you look stupid because like, oh, what are you, a weeb going into the picture booth and getting anime faces on you? So in America, like I don't think it'll ever take off really, unless we have like a major,
like a renaissance of a cultural,
or either there needs to be a different spin on it. Some sort of American culture spin on it. I don't know what that would be. But they go sit down, and the pink hair girl is Arashiyama Kimie. And she wants to hire Garo, and May is like, well, you could have just used the dark nav. But Arashiyama says she's a hottie, and this is a 1 in a million chance. And May and Garo are like, cool. All right, well, see you later. Arashiyama is like, no, wait. And May says, shadowing the guy you want to hire doesn't inspire trust. And May is like, I thought you were the Hitman Hunter. And she's like, oh, that's what I want to talk about. And she says she's a master too. And until someone takes care of the Hitman Hunter, I'll let you protect me. And May and Garo are like, okay, well, see you later. Arashiyama is like, no, wait. And May is like, can't you protect yourself? And she's like, fighting isn't my thing. And Garo is like, okay, well, why don't we just hear her out? And she is smitten. And Garo says a master from another family is reaching out. Then they must be in a tough spot. And then says her name all sultry-like. Arashiyama faints from Garo's charm and she falls over, but Garo teleport catches her. And she's like, oh shit, this is the best. And everyone is like, oh shit, is there some triangle love over there? Arashiyama is like, I'll show you what kind of master I am. And then she just like squeaks a bunch. And a hamster does a backflip and she's like, I'm the hamster master. And her hamster's name is Sirius.
I love this hamster, by the way. I love stupid shit like this. It's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't mind the hamsters. I don't mind his David Bowie star on his eye.
Love it. I love it.
Hamster's fine, right? I just think that the show in general now, where you have the everyone's a master now. I'm a hamster master. I'm the fucking toilet master. Fucking coffee master. I'm the shoelace master. You're gonna have like literally everything is gonna be like a master. Some weird branch family that's like dumb as shit.
So I had the picture earlier, and this is what took me out of this show a little bit, was that they have all the lists of the masters. So these masters are so well known and so ingratiated in normal society, even though they're known as fucking murderers and killers and assassins, that they have them as like emojis in these booths, is what they're insinuating. And they have a list. Pick your favorite weapon. We've already met the Poison Master. We've met the Soundwave. We've met the Water. We've now met a Knife Guy. We've met the Spear Master to a certain extent. It's like, is this really a shadow organization, or are these families literal government level families that are running the country? And Garrow is just like some fucking, basically the crown prince, just walking around in day-to-day life like nobody knows who he is.
Maybe it's a little bit like Solo Leveling, where you get your grade, you're a whatever grade hero, and like everyone's a fucking hero, and they're just like doing dungeons to put food on the table. And maybe that's what some of these masters are. They're just like literal trash, and they only make, well, I mean, she actually kind of says it in the episode, but yeah, they make like minimum wage being like hamster master.
Well, she's like, I work at a 9 to 5. I work a desk job because I don't want to assassinate people. But it's like, well, those hamsters are definitely trained to kill people. That's the whole point of being a master. I don't know. It's just, it's very weird to me.
She says it too. She doesn't like killing. She's never killed anyone. No one ever hires her to kill anyone, probably because she has a bunch of hamsters.
I'd hire her.
They're all killers. Like, being part of these families means you're an assassin, period. Like, that's what it means to be part of an assassin family, is you're an assassin and you get hired to kill people, and then you kill them. And then that's pretty much it. That's your job. That's what you do. But they're kind of taking the novelty away from being like part of the assassin family by making literally everything a master. Rat master, like we see right here. But she continues and says that when it comes to intel gathering, she's the best, and it has shots of Sirius in disguise during other episodes of the series, watching Garrow.
I did think that shit was adorable. Her being the hamster master, I love hamsters.
It's just the idea that now they've gone the Sakamoto route, where like everything is just watered down and everyone has some weird like specialty that like doesn't really matter or make sense. One of the big things of the show, right, they've focused around like these master families and these different assassins and stuff, has now become diluted. And if we don't get back on the track of just Garrow finding someone to marry, like, it just seems like the show doesn't have too much else to offer, in my opinion.
I'd agree.
Garrow's like, oh, okay, you're from the Beast Clan, and all masters are expert killers, but not necessarily good at fighting. And Garrow says he excels at assassination and traps, and May is like, well, I don't know, I thought you were pretty good at fighting. Arashiyama is like, the organization I'm part of wants to take out the Hitman Hunter, and she needs a bodyguard. And Garrow's like, have one of those dudes do it then. And she's like, no can do. Her family used to be rat masters, but their bloodline has thinned out and they might get stripped of their master title by tomorrow. And she's never killed anyone, and her collar is the only thing linking her to the Beast Clan. She shows up to clan meetings, but they already decide the important stuff without her, like the plan to take out the Hitman Hunter, and a master who doesn't and can't kill and works a regular office job should at least make herself useful as a shield. Arashiyama gets up and she's like, well, thanks for the time. A master of the 5 great families wouldn't take the job, and I can't afford your fee anyway. And she gets up and walks away and thinks at least she got to meet her favorite master before she dies. But Garrow is like, wait, how about 10,000 yen a day?
Which is how much, Greg?
JPY to USD, $62. So Garrow's like, how about 10,000 yen a day? And if you throw a t-shirt in from it-aesthetics.com, then Garrow will work extra hard for Arashiyama. And you too can go to it-aesthetics.com to save yourself 10% off of a shirt just like the one DJ Montague has, or the one that I am wearing right now.
Welcome back, IT Aesthetics, by the way.
So go visit it-aesthetics.com and use promo code TABC10 at checkout for 10% off of your order, or TABC5 for a $5 stacking coupon off of any other deals they have going. And a percentage of your purchase goes to helping Arashiyama pay for Gero's bodyguard bill.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was great, Greg. That felt good.
I'm rusty.
No, that felt good. That was a good one.
Shit.
I liked it.
It felt like I was like deadlifting, but then I realized it was too heavy, and then I just completely gave up all form and just used my arched back as hard as possible to lift it just to get it up.
So like my elbow. Like
yes, exactly.
Yeah, like I was doing push-ups and my elbow kept popping and then I fell onto my face.
That was me.
I liked it.
During the segue, that was me. But no, Gero doesn't ask for a t-shirt from IT Aesthetics. He just asks for $60 a day and says, when do I start? Mei thinks this wasn't part of the plan, but Gero is just sharpening his charm, and Arashiyama tackles Gero and is like, my dreams are coming true. And all the people in the store are like, holy shit, he's cheating. He's a cheater. Look at that cheater. The next day, Arashiyama is going to take them to meet the rest of the clan, and Mei thinks she's the craziest woman so far, and she's a master, so maybe she'll mesh with Gero. They get to a closed down animal amusement park, and she's like, I'll introduce you. And she's like, well, there's the Serpent Master, Ryumon, the Owl Master, Chojabaru, the Hippo Master, Shibaseki, the Orca Master, Kankaiji, the Buffalo Master, Horita, Alligator Master, Hamawaki, and they're all dead. And the Hitman Hunter is just chilling out, and then running stabs Gero. Gero narrowly missed a fatal stab, and then Hitman Hunter cuts the building in half with his tiny knife, and Gero is like, dude, I'm dead if this drags out. I gotta max out. And he uses his Toxin Vision in Toxin Javelin Strike and punches him off the building. But Hitman Hunter gets a call, and he's unfazed, and then pushes the attack. Gero is able to defend, and he's like, are you from the Iron Clan? And he's like, nah, I'm just a dude. And Gero's like, oh, this dude is a mutant. And Gero thinks masters spend generations building up their bloodlines, but this guy has surpassed all of them in one generation. And Gero hits a third dose. Toxin, triple dose, but it's more than Gero can handle. And then he just starts bleeding out of his ears.
He bleeds out of every orifice immediately.
Yeah, he does. Hitman Hunter is like, okay, time to kill since you killed people and stuff. And Gero tells him to promise not to hurt either of the girls. But then little hamster Cirrus rolls up, and Arashiyama is like, you not killing Gero on my watch. And she modified Bloodline ++ Canis Majors. And the little hamsters make a constellation and it glows. And then they just stand there and nothing happens. And then that's it. The Hitman Hunter is like, oh, okay. I guess I'll just take him to a doctor then. And they're like, what the fuck? And he says he's never seen masters cover for each other before, and he doesn't want to kill Gero anymore. And there's a little bat watching them, like across the fucking street or something. I don't know. It's hanging on another building. The guy's name is Nagasaki Peachy, and he says he wants to open a cafe with his girlfriend, but he needs to get rid of all the dangerous people first, or their customers won't be able to relax. And he says that Gero isn't a threat to the world that he wants.
I have a question that immediately needs to be answered right now.
I don't know if I have the answer, but I'll try.
What is the point
of the cafe?
Of this story?
Well, Gero is trying to find a wife so his sister doesn't have to be indentured servituded into being a baby-making machine.
We saw her in the first episode, and then they're like, okay, Gero, now your job is to get a girl. And then we meet this guy who is touted as the villain because he's killing other masters, and we see that Gero is befriending masters, and then he kills 6 masters, and we see that Gero is not even in the same league as this dude, and he's about to fucking rip Gero in half, and then all of a sudden he's like, but we can be friends. But my goal is now to take down all of the family.
Well, it wasn't all of the families. I think in this episode, he specifically says that the reason why he's killing all of these masters is because he heard that the 5 great families were planning something dangerous.
Yes.
So he wants to stop whatever the danger is, not necessarily just kill the masters because they killed. It would be more of like to stop whatever calamity that
And
he's
he
thinking
does
is
say
going to
that.
happen.
And then he's like, because I want to open the coffee shop and not worry about all this shit with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not good, dude. I was reading my notes and I was trying to put some, fun into them and a little bit of gusto. It's hard. It's hard for me to like try to make this entertaining because like as I'm like rereading my notes and stuff, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like it doesn't really make sense. I like the plot's not lost, but again, it's kind of like diluted with these other things that are happening. And I understand that greater parts to the whole here where Garrow's trying to do all this, he's trying to help this girl who is a potential marriage candidate. And like, that's what this is all about. And they haven't actually deviated from the original formula because it was the same with the fucking shark girl. It was the same with the green hair girl. It's the same with this girl. The formula is still the same, but I think now either for me, the formula is like getting old or like it's not interesting anymore. And now you have this guy here that's obviously in a different league in terms of power. And his only weakness was like kindness or something. So now it's just kind of like you have too many goofy elements.
But he's already befriended Garrow within 5 fucking seconds.
Even though Garrow's killed probably countless families and people and tens of thousands of contracted hits, he's like, well, he tried to help someone else, so I guess he's okay in my book. Tee-hee.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
I'm like, oh.
Yeah, let me just get through these last 2 notes and let me try to recover because I understand that this marriage toxin part of the episode, it's not fun. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Nagasaki is like, Garrow, do you know about the Beast Clan? And he's like, nah, not really. People just call us the 5 great families out of convenience. And it's not like we hang out or anything. And Arashiyama is like, I never met the main clan before. And all we have in common are these collars. But then the collar starts moving and sucking her blood and she falls over. The bat flies around and it says that the collar is a Bonda constrictor and it's a living accessory to suck blood and don't want the livestock getting away. Know what I mean? If you guys want me, then come to the Beast Clan turf, the Dojo Animal Kingdom. And then that's how the episode ends.
I'm like, whatever, man. Stuff's happening, I guess.
I think maybe that's it because I feed off of your energy so much that the fact that you hate this put a tangible damper on me reading my notes.
Greg.
No, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that like we're a team. We do this together.
I mean, the show's just not super great.
I agree. I was all in the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
Right? I was excited.
Yeah,
about
I was
it.
having so much fun. And then we get the Sakamoto days, like, we're just recruiting friends to be Garrow's friend. It doesn't feel like there's really a whole lot of like stakes.
I guess in like the next episode, they do show a little bit of stakes, but like at the same time, it is kind of Sakamoto Day-esque where it's like no one's really dying of import. We do have some other masters die, but it's not like...
We met them after they had died.
Yeah.
And then we got introduced to this character, and then within like literally 15 minutes of being introduced to this character, he's already on our team.
You know what bugs me a little bit? May stays in girl form. So May has stated that they're a marriage swindler and she'll, or he, she, they will go both ways. He'll dress up as a girl. He'll dress up as a dude. He'll dress up as whatever it takes to basically swindle the marriage or whatever.
I am so on board with this thought process, Greg. I want to see him just come in dude form suit. Just let us appreciate this character for who they are. And if the only thing that they feel is socially acceptable is being a woman to swindle, it feels like you've taken a character that has a lot of elements of what they could be and like just dumbed them down to this. I don't even know what the point of May being there really is. Like, okay, yeah, you're my marriage counselor, but like, can Garrow have like some affinity for May other than just hanging out with them and paying them to be around? I don't know. It just feels like they're not developing characters to do anything other than be plot devices for Garrow to like walk around on.
It's like you made it a point to show May in the different forms, right? When we first are introduced to May, he's in girl form. After Garrow saves him, he goes into dude form in the shower and then walks out and Garrow like spider crabs like into the corner of the room or whatever. But then we don't see the male form of May again. Now, it could be something where I'll try to give the character the benefit of the doubt here. Maybe depending on who the person he's helping is trying to get, he'll change forms depending on what it is. So because Garo is a current client and Garo is trying to get girls, maybe he's staying in girl form specifically for some marriage swindler reason. But let's say Garo was like going after dudes, then maybe May would change into dude form because that is what, like, May is a reflection of what the customer is trying to find, maybe. Or the second thought is that May as a character feels most comfortable in girl form, and that's why we don't see them in male form, because that's what they feel most comfortable as and may identify as or something. That's me like really stretching here.
It says here in the personality of this Marriage Toxin Wikipedia, he's able to seduce both men and women due to her natural beauty and her personality. He dresses masculinely when seducing women. Despite his work as a swindler, Kinosaki is a good person trying to help those who support. Despite his kind personality, he has a dominant personality where he dominates his suitors, being able to convince them to do whatever he wants. Like, he told Leo that he would be his pet, something that Leo ended up accepting and to spend time with him. Give us something else with May doing more than just being Garo's, like, I don't know.
I don't want to completely like chalk it up to they just like trapped us in the beginning, right? Show us hot May, pull the switcheroo where May's actually like a dude, but then like never revisit it, and then May is just in hot May form the whole time. Just because like maybe you feel like you'll get more viewers if hot May is continuously hot May.
That's what I think it is.
I don't want to jump to that conclusion, but I definitely will concede that that is a possibility for why it's like this.
Which, if you're going to have this character, I feel like you're not utilizing their behavior to the fullest. You're not writing them very well. Like, no. May could literally show up as in like a full suit and with short hair and still have like the pink whatever in the hair and be like, oh yeah, I'm meeting up with a dude later, or I'm meeting up with a girl later today to take care of this, but we have to do, you know, some marriage counseling here today. But it's just that. There was something else I read that there's only a few people that know that May is a dude. And it's like, okay, well, we are millions of people that are watching this show. We all know that. And now that you're trying to like keep May in the closet, it doesn't really help.
Like, they can make it goofy too, right? Because that's what their MO is with the show, pretty much, is you can have, you know, like a funny skit where like May is in girl form, but then like made another commitment and then has to switch to guy form, and then you have this funny thing where like he's constantly switching from girl to guy form to like help Garo, but then do this other thing. You know, you can have it combined like that, and it doesn't have to be like episode male, episode female.
You're literally Ranma halving at that point. You know what I mean? Oh, they have to run into the bathroom to go change because they're on a double date with a people of the opposite gender, or people of the same gender. Who cares if they're gay? Who gives a shit? I don't feel like you're utilizing this character other than for them to be a device of eye candy, because like they are an attractive character in the grand scope of like what we view anime attractive characters as. And it's like, I feel like utilize that a little bit more, or give them something to do with Garo. Like, May is like, oh wait, I actually am more attracted to Garo than I thought, or something. Yeah. Like right now, nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on before I just shit all over the show.
It's disappointing so far.